All right, Catherine, thank you. Well, we are joined this afternoon with Colleen Fabrizi, Executive Director of Corning's Gapper District. And Colleen, I have to say, I've been sitting on the edge of my seat waiting for the holidays, especially in Corning. I've only been around in the area for just over a year and a half now, but I have to say, I'm so excited for all the events in Corning. Let's talk about it. Some big things coming up.
Well, I can certainly see why you'd be excited. We're going to kick it off next Friday, Black Friday, with Santa in Centerway Square later in the afternoon, and then it kicks into high gear the next day, Small Business Saturday. So our partners at M&T Bank have made it possible to hand out gift cards in their shopping bags. That will be right there at M&T Bank next to Centerway Square. And that wraps up at 3, and then we start getting ready for the parade. And I know that's something you like very much from what you've shared.
I do like it very much. Tell me about the parade. Let's go into that. It's a family-friendly event.
Extremely.
And let's talk about these parade floats. I feel like it's kind of like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade from what we were talking about before the show. A lot of hype, a lot of prep.
Yeah, we have some folks that have been in the parade for years, and they literally start planning their parade float back in April.
Wow.
Yes, and it's top secret.
Top secret,
Top
okay.
secret.
So big reveal that night.
Big time, big time.
Let's also touch on all the wonderful things going on in addition to that. What kind of parade floats are we going to see? What else can you do in Corning leading up to Christmas? Not that it all ends on Christmas, but big event-wise.
Well, of course, our big one after the parade is Sparkle on December 7th, and it is our 50th Sparkle.
Major anniversary.
Yes, and this year at 5 o'clock in Centerway Square, we're going to do an opening ceremony because we have the daughter of the woman who actually named Sparkle.
No kidding.
50 years ago. And so she'll join me, and I think it's appropriate that we do a little welcome and opening ceremony. And then it's going to be fabulous. Every block is going to be filled with free activities and entertainment, and of course our businesses and our vendors. I think it's going to be a pretty magical evening.
I love the word magical. I don't use it often, but it is the perfect word for this case. Tell me about what we're going to see on the streets. Like, what kind of activities? Are they going to be mostly geared towards kids? Is it going to be adult friendly? Like, can me and Catherine come down? Oh,
absolutely. That's the cool thing about Christmas. I don't think any of us age out on the fun of the holiday season. So we have magicians, we have stilt walkers, we have several musical entertainers. It's just going to be a fabulous night, and we have for years had the Crystal Chords group come and do caroling throughout the event. I think that's pretty special as well.
It sounds limitless. All the activities, all the fun. So here's a question for you. Christmas comes, and then we're days away from New Year's. Is there anything happening in that gap of time?
I think many of our downtown businesses, the restaurants in particular, will probably have some fun things happening during that time. I know that there is going to be a pub crawl also on Sparkle, sponsored by our incredible downtown restaurants and bars. And another thing I wanted to share, the Crystal House, where Santa is throughout the season. We are so fortunate. Connors Mercantile have helped make it possible to completely refurbish the Crystal House, and it is gorgeous. And it's such an important part of the tradition of the holiday season in our downtown. So just a big shout out to them. And Tom Kuhn and his wife Ginny helped get this whole thing going. It means an awful lot to be able to continue those traditions in such a beautiful setting.
Well, that's so exciting, and we are so excited to be there with you throughout the season. Colleen, thank you for your time. We're going to have all this up on WENY.com. Later today, you'll be able to find all of those events, dates, times, information, and beyond. But for now, coming up after the break, a